Okay. Hey, everybody. Samber and Brett. We are currently on the side of the road in Crater Lake National Park. Wanted to film this something a little bit more scenic, but it is kind of crowded right now, so
Yeah.
we just kind of pulled over to the side here. We're inside the car because it's really windy and there's a lot of road noise. But anyway, we've been out on the road. I would imagine by the time we, edit and release this, it'll probably be 90 days or so. So we figured we'd, answer some questions we've gotten on Instagram, talk a little bit about the experience so far, and maybe hopefully share some tips and just share some knowledge that we've gained. So I guess we're just going to kind of jump right into it. I've got a few notes on my phone, so if I'm looking down, it's because I'm just trying to remember what people asked. My memory is not that good, especially with all the stuff we're doing these days on the road. Half the time I forget what my name is. So anyway,
What's your name?
Stud,
Okay, that'll work.
man, guy.
Okay.
No, we're not going to use that part. All right, so first question we got was, how do we kind of maintain temperature control while sleeping?
Well, we have a fan that I guess I can grab. So we have nets that we put over the windows, and we crack the window so that gives like a really good airflow. And then we also have this guy. It's really handy. Except we need to charge it.
Yeah, it's a little low in battery right now. But yeah, that was an Amazon purchase. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we'll link that below.
Yeah. So that one was easy. It's rechargeable.
Actually, I'm gonna keep it on. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. It clamps, so we can.
And there's a light.
And there's a little LED light on it, so it clamps up there. We can stick that on at night, so that helps a little bit. I don't have them handy. Oh, I can't grab them actually. So we have these. You can kind of see these. Those are our WeatherTechs, but WeatherTech stuff is good. It's good quality. It's been very durable, and they are actually made as a set to fit your specific type of car. They have a reflective side, a silver side, and a black side, and we use that to maintain either warmth when it's really cold at night, which we did last couple nights.
Yeah, last night was really cold and rainy, so having the black side out was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was still cold, but it definitely helped.
And then we've been in the desert for a lot of the first part of this trip, so I think for almost the first 2 months or so. The reflective side that kind of, obviously blocks UV and all that kind of stuff has been really nice. So that's how we mainly do temperature control, as we keep the fan. Obviously, if it gets really cold or if it gets really hot, we can turn the car on and run the AC or the heat for a little bit and just kind of make the environment a little bit more comfortable. So we have some blankets we picked up that are pretty thick. They're wool. We have sheets, bed sheets, and all that fun stuff. And then we have a couple rumple blankets as well.
Next question.
Sure. How do we do laundry on the road? This is pretty straightforward, right? Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, we go to laundromats. It's that simple. I mean, we do laundry probably once every couple weeks. I think now we're going on 3 weeks. So when we leave here, we're going to try to find a laundromat. That's it. We did buy, what is that bag thing called? That little wash thing. That's what I was talking about. Do we even want to talk about that? We've used it once, so maybe not talk about it. Want to talk about the laundry bag?
Yeah.
The compression sack?
Basically allows us to stuff a whole lot of clothes, dirty clothes, into one sack, and obviously the pull system kind of pushes that down and pushes a lot of the air out, so it helps with smell, but it also kind of makes it more compact, so we can kind of shove it down into a small space.
We can link that down below too.
Yeah, link that down below, sure.
Okay, next question.
Next question. A lot of editing on this one. That's good though, and we're
That's
just
okay.
talking. So what's our favorite non-essential gear or piece of equipment? This one's really tough.
Yeah, that one was a hard one, but I think the first thing that came to mind for me was my Kindle. Like non-essential, just like something that's really nice to have, because we can't bring a ton of books on the road. We love reading. So I would have to say my Kindle.
Kindle's up there for me. We weren't big e-reader
No,
people.
we're big physical book readers.
I was going to say, this is borderline. I hate calling anything non-essential. This is the Moment Cinebloom filter and the phone mount that we use on our iPhones.
What it looks like on Brett's actual phone.
Yeah, so that's the iPhone.
Pretty awesome.
12 Pro Max. we upgraded to those instead of going with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera or, you know, kind of the full setup. We wanted to keep things simple and minimal. Wanted to kind of shoot with just what we had. But essentially, it you know, it really softens the light. I think we have the 10%. It creates a bit more of a sort of buttery cinematic feel to the footage. You know, especially when you're shooting in harsh light, it helps cut that down, I think, a little bit. And it just creates a nice kind of aesthetic, and I think it's one of my favorite pieces of gear because we use it on a lot of our footage and a lot of our photos and videos.
Yeah, and it's been surprisingly durable. I think I've dropped my phone a few times. Your phone flew over off the tripod, and they've both lasted through those things happening.
Okay, next question. So this one is actually, we kind of covered this already. How do we create window shades? I don't know that we need to, I mean, we basically talked about the WeatherTechs already, but our window shades were, we purchased from WeatherTech online, but you can get them specifically fitted for your car. The quality's great, they work really well, and they fit our windows almost perfectly. So we use WeatherTech for our window shades.
Yeah, and also nothing that we've mentioned is sponsored. These are all just things that we use and love. So just want to say that.
Not sponsored. So how do we eat healthy on the road is the next question.
We do and don't. Yeah.
The
it's
truth
a balance.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about this? Because, you know,
I think when we're at a campsite, we eat pretty healthy. We're mostly vegetarian and plant-based. So when we're cooking, if you've watched any of our other videos, we cook a lot of sweet potatoes. Yeah. A lot of sweet potato tacos. We eat a lot of fancy ramen noodles with a bag of sauteed veggies that we mix in. So that's really good. But when we're kind of going into town, we just don't even worry about it. Pizza and beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Pizza and beer does happen.
Yeah.
We tend to shop at places where we kind of know the product we're buying and we kind of have some comfort and familiarity. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes we go to new places where there's just
when we find a new place, we try to stick to that place when we see it again.
And then I guess the other tip would be don't sweat it.
Yeah, it's a balance. We're trying to enjoy it out here too, not just be like healthy all the time.
Oh boy, this will be a fun one. So I think everybody that lives on the road gets this question, is how do you go to the bathroom? Specifically, how do you poop? Peeing is a little bit more straightforward, I think, for most people, but how do you poop on the road?
Well, the simple answer is you go outside. For number one, that's easy, you can go outside. Number two, you dig a hole. We have a toilet, you set it over the hole, and then you do your business, and usually you have a beautiful view. It's actually been quite liberating, and we'll show maybe some B-roll of the setup, not of us actually pooping.
Yeah, we won't subject you to that.
But it hasn't been as bad as I thought. And then other than that, I mean, campsites that we've stayed at, they have bathrooms, public bathrooms when we're shopping, you know. It's pretty simple. It's not as bad as you think.
Cat hole a lot of places. I mean, especially if you're staying in dispersed or like boondocking somewhere, dig 6 to 8 inches down and make sure you cover it up really well. Don't leave your toilet paper and stuff just lying around everywhere. We go a lot of places, unfortunately, where people don't do that, and we try to encourage people, obviously, to practice leave no trace as best as you can. Try not to leave toilet paper stuck to bushes or on the surface or poop on the ground.
Pack out your toilet paper.
Pack it all out. There are lots of kits and things you can buy. You can buy wag bags. In some places you can't cat hole, so you have to use a wag bag or something similar that's approved to be used in that area. So you obviously need to do your research. That's the other part of that, is make sure you know where you're going and what you can and can't do.
Another thing that I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but we take probiotics, so I'm very regular because of probiotics. I know exactly when I have to go every day. So
yeah, I guess that's true. That helps too. You know, being healthy on the road helps too because you're a little more predictable in your bowel movements. I don't know if we really want to.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just adding that in
well,
case.
Maybe we'll use this, maybe we won't. But yeah, last question: showering, which we just did last.
Yeah, it was amazing. Well, you don't necessarily have to shower as much as you think. I've been proven wrong. Like, back in apartment life, showered every day. Out here, how much do you say that we shower?
On average, I would say every 10 days, maybe
I think
8, 9, 10 days. I think it's fluctuated a little bit. I think our average has probably been about 9 or 10 days.
Yeah, which sounds like a lot, but in between showering, you baby wipe off. Yeah, it hasn't been too bad.
So we have a Nemo shower that basically a foot pedal powered shower. It's compressed air, pretty easy to use. It does use a fair amount of water, so it's not something we use very often.
Yeah, we used it the first couple times we showered on the road.
Yeah, and that's something you can use at a campsite. Obviously, I would recommend doing it, with fully biodegradable, non-toxic soaps and things like that, because you're obviously showering onto the ground. Personally, I think the easiest way to shower is to go to truck stops, which we haven't done yet, but we will at some point.
I actually just want to try it out.
So if you go to paid state park campsites or federal campsites, a lot of times they will have shower facilities. Not every place will, but if you're staying at a campsite, like we're staying at a campsite near Diamond Lake right now, and that is a place that has a shower facility. It's not the fanciest thing, but it gets the job done, and it's donation based.
Were there any other questions?
Nope. Do you want to do a conclusion and outro?
So that's about it for the questions that we've received so far. Hopefully we'll do another one of these in a few months.
Subscribe. Please share if you like this, if this is helpful. Like she said, we'll try to do more of this in the future. We get random questions and comments sometimes, so follow us on Instagram at Amber and Brett if you want to follow along our story and our experiences and our journey.
And again, we'll link everything down below, and if you have any other questions, leave a comment, and hopefully we'll get those answered for you again soon.
Yeah. Stay awesome.
Bye.
Bye.